Okay, so welcome to how to set up a web as an autoresponder. So the first thing is when you create your first list, you need to give your list a name. It has a default that with a load of numbers. Just call it something. It does need to be unique for a reason. You would then give a description to your list. So if you're building a list of subscribers that are interested in a particular topic, then you would put it in here. When when AWeber sends an email, it will send it from this name, so that could be your name or your name at the business and the email address that people should reply to, and you will need to put in your contact address, which will already be populated from your billing information. You can change it on a per list basis, and then every time a new subscriber is added to your list, you can choose to get an email sent to you, to yourself, to as many people as you want. You can just keep adding people in here, okay? And you would just click add and it will give you another box and you can keep going, okay? The setup wizard down here will let you know how far through you are. Very simple. You click save settings. Okay, the next thing that it will do is it will ask you for your company name. So you could put in anything you want here. You will need to put in your normal website. So that could be test.com. And then you would put whatever your normal signature would be. Kind regards, Rich. And then whatever text you wanted to put underneath that, you can still put in. Okay. You upload your logo. Well, you don't have to. If you've connected some accounts, which you can see I have here, I run a lot of different pages for people. You can connect it so that when you post your email, it gets sent out to those sites. Once you're happy, you click Save Settings. It'll save them. And then it's going to ask them, or going to ask you to change your confirmation message. Excuse me. So all you do is just put first name, confirm your subscription or whatever it is, and then what you would put is we received your request for ABC, but you must click the link in the email below to confirm it was you, or something that makes sense to you. Okay, this bit you can't change. Okay, and then you need to add you can add a closing message here. We look forward to sending you X, whatever it is. What I would recommend that you do, although they don't recommend it here, is I recommend you turn opt-in on web forms off. Okay, and the confirmation success page URL will leave for this moment in time, but you could put in your Facebook page or something here. I'm just trying to keep this really simple. Okay, we'll get clever later on. Okay, so now we've got our messages all set up. We need to create a welcome email, so it's guiding us through the bottom here. So we do this. So what it will do now is it will allow us to create the first follow-up email. So as soon as somebody subscribes to your email list, this is the email that they're going to be sent. Okay. You can put in whatever you want here. You can personalize it with the person's first name, your free la. Hi, first name. You can use templates and things like that, but you don't need to. You can literally click in here. Thanks. Thanks for subscribing. Here's the things we promised you. And then you can then put in your signature if you created one, and that would be the welcome email, the first email that gets sent out. You can click save on that. It will save it. Okay, and then we can click next. Okay. This email is sent straight away, and we click save and exit. And what will happen eventually is it will save it. So you can then send yourself a test just to confirm it. You just put in your own email. It will give you a spam score, let you know whether it's sent immediately. Now what you can now do is you can now create as many follow-up emails as you want to, okay, and choose how long since the last message before they get sent. So you could have a whole series for a year planned if you wanted to, okay. The next thing that needs to happen is we need to create somewhere where people can sign up, okay? Now, they will be able to sign up by sending an email from their own email to mybizabc@aweber.com, okay? But what we'll do is we'll quickly create a web form because it's not as difficult as people think. So we come to a web form, they populate one. Okay, if we want to edit the header, what we can do is we can change this with different colors, text, all that sort of stuff. So I'll just keep it really simple. Get a free X, just enter your details below. Name and email, usually all that we need. You can leave this stuff in or out, and you've got a submit button. Okay, so what happens? You don't need to click that, anything like that. You can change the shape of this, you can make it look bigger, you can put more text in down here, whatever you want to do. You save your form. Okay, go to step 2. Okay, you can call it something. Okay, so my social web form. Leave the basic, well, we'll preview this at the moment. It just says thanks for subscribing, return to ABC, and you'll notice at the bottom that the URL is the URL that I put in and when I initially set up my list. Okay. Now you can get clever with this sort of stuff, but at the moment it's important that you get started. And if they're already subscribed, this shows the basic version of that too. We click save for stage 2, and then we go to step 3. Okay, so you can install this on your own pages, this form, a web designer can do it, but you don't want to pay for that sort of stuff. You want to have Aweber host your form. So click that, and then literally get that link. What I've done so that you know there is I've clicked inside this. I'm clicking and holding. I'm dragging it. I'm pressing Control and C, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this. I'm going to press Control V to paste it into my web browser, as you can see here, and then I'm going to go to that URL. Okay. You can put images on it, but at least you have something. And if I then put this in, rich at, let's do and click submit. It says thanks for subscribing. Okay, now when I go back to, sorry, that's that one. Now when I go back to my subscribers, what will happen is it might just take a second. Come on. Okay, and it just takes a second there. And what you can see is you can see that it's taken my name, my email address, and that I've subscribed. Okay. If I then click into that, it would tell me that when I'd received the emails and sent out, how I signed up, where I was based when I signed that up, and things like that. Okay. So you get that sort of information. And then what I've done is I've then just let me drag this in so you guys can see it. So then what I've got is I've got an email come through from info@abcbiz.com via Aweber to me, and it's got my message. Hi Rich, thanks for subscribing, blah 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 blah. And then it's got this unsubscribe and change subscriber options. Okay. Now, what that means is that any time I can now come here, I can now broadcast to my entire list of subscribers, I can segment them, but I have some way of communicating back to those people, my offers, my updates, my things like that. So that's how you very basically set up an Aweber account, and I've shown you how to do all of that in around about 10 minutes, and then shown you some of the results. So very quick, very easy to implement. And that's exactly what you need to have done in order to set up the Aweber account in the first place. Okay, cool.